My name is Ben Booker, and I'm an alcoholic.
My name is Ben Booker. I'm a 2010 Body Space Spokesmodel winner. I'm a Applied Nutraceuticals Company spokesmodel. I'm a Fitness RX cover model, Ironman magazine cover model, and I've been featured in Ironman magazine, Reps magazine, my workouts in national publications everywhere. I'm a husband and father of 3. I am also a recovering alcoholic. I'm here today to talk to you about my second chance at life, how fitness played a major role in essentially saving my life. And it's a very personal story. I feel it's important to share that story in hopes that it could inspire or help somebody else. We're going to rewind clear back to when I was 13 years old, running around with kind of a rough crowd. There was a friend that had an older brother that was able to get alcohol. It was kind of a big deal, but it was the cool thing to do. So, just kind of hanging out with buddies, I just went along with it. Back then, and even since then, I was never comfortable in my own skin, and I found alcohol to give me that false sense of worth, kind of made me feel on top of the world. Emotionally, mentally, and physically, I didn't grow through those years. People look at me and think I woke up with this physique, and for me to be sitting here and telling you this story, I think it's important for you to know that I didn't wake up. I didn't just wake up and get this physique. I had a wreck when I was 17 years old. I broke my back. I was in bed rest for 2 months. I was 135 pounds when I got out of bed rest and had to relearn how to walk. That was actually, my wreck was due to my drinking. I got a DUI. Some may think, you've gotten a wreck, you broke your back, why don't you quit drinking? My head, my alcoholic mind said, hey, that curve in the road should not have been there. I was looking at the radio whenever it happened. You kind of suppress your memories, act like nothing happened, and move on with your day. But that seed that got planted was the first time I thought, you know what? If I'm gonna have to get a hold on this thing, or else it's gonna control me. And essentially, from that point on, I began a process of trying to control my drinking, and it wound up controlling me. The day that I identified that was in 2005, September 2005. I had a daughter who was 4 months old. My wife said, hey, I'm not happy with this life that we're leading. Deep down, I knew this time was coming. I said, I have to quit drinking. That day was the beginning of my second chance. That day when I voiced that I had to quit drinking, that was a turning point in my life. I identified my problem, and my journey essentially began at that point. 2009, January of 2009, I made a commitment. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this fitness thing a chance. I've been on and off working out, and I'm gonna go full throttle with my training. Part of this was my buddy Jeremy. He calls me up. He says he's starting to deal with this brand of supplements. I'll try them. Okay. So I start taking these supplements, and I start seeing great results. I had no idea what, essentially supplementation. Up to this point, I took protein powder. A guy at the gym says, hey, you can get that at Bodybuilding.com for 20 bucks. That's what I was getting it for, which I thought was a good deal. In May of 2009, I bought my first round of supplements from Bodybuilding.com, found Body Space. I saw a community of people. I thought, this is great. This is just meant for me. I signed up. I began sharing my story. I had to overcome some personal fears to start posting some pictures. It's a little scary at first. For me, it was. So I started just posting pictures of my, chin down and my abs. And yeah, no one knows it's me. If some people find out in my community, they won't know it's me. I start getting some good feedback. I get somebody saying, hey, I inquire about becoming a fitness model from a guy named John Ron, Tight Slick 1 on Body Space. And he says, look, man, you could be in a magazine tomorrow. I was like, wow, that's pretty heavy, So then he says, hey, there's this competition on this website, Bodybuilding.com, the 2010 Body Space Spokesmodel competition. He says, you ought to enter it. I enter this competition the first month and make top 5 out of, I don't know how many. I was ecstatic at making top 5 first month. So I had another 2 months to wait. They pulled 5 more out of each month, and then I get a phone call from Bodybuilding.com. They say, hey, you've made top 5. The official top 5. We're gonna fly you out to Los Angeles to the LA Fit Expo and you're gonna compete. I thought, you have got to be kidding me. This is my first competition. I just found Body Space. I just entered and boom, there I was. I had never been in a tanning bed. I had never knew how to do anything. I kind of called, like, so, you know, how do you prepare for this kind of stuff? They gave me tips. I searched on Bodybuilding.com, you know, how to get competition ready. And so I began tanning and I got spray tanned and it was a whole new experience. They fly me out to Los Angeles and I think I was the least experienced there. And we competed on stage. It was an unbelievable experience. It felt great. I was just happy to be top 5. Next thing you know, Jamie Eason is handing me the first place trophy. I just won the 2010 Body Space Spokesman competition. Wow, you know, what an honor, and boom, everything explodes. So here I am, I get thrown off stage, backstage, interviews, left, right, and all this gets kind of hitting me fast, like, holy cow, you just won. And then I take a step back and say, how did this happen? Essentially, applied nutraceutical supplements. I thought, you know what? It's part of my story. So I get on the website, I find the number, and I dial it, and I call. I say, hey, I don't know who I need to talk to, but I'm Ben Booker. I just won this 2010 Body Space Spokesmodel competition, and I just wanted to thank you guys because I've been using your supplements for a year, and I truly believe in the products. They said, hold on just a minute, I'm going to give you Don Oral's number. He's the president of Applied Nutraceuticals.
So I'm in my office one day and I get a phone call. We get an awful lot of calls for sponsorship solicitations, and so I kind of rolled my eyes and picked up the phone and said, sure, you know, I'll take the call. And of course Ben was on the phone, and so he starts to tell me a story. And I could tell almost instantly that this was not the typical, you know, hey, I work out, can I get free stuff phone call that we get so often. As he's talking, I'm like, hang on a second. And so I put him on speakerphone and I call a couple other people into my office. I'm like, you gotta listen to this guy. I'm like, Ben, start over again. So he has to start the story over again. And everybody was just kind of looking at each other with their jaws open, and we just knew it was a perfect fit. We came up with an arrangement, and he became the official Applied Nutraceuticals spokesmodel.
It was hard at first to share my story, but once I started sharing my story, people started looking for me for inspiration. That fueled my fire, so I started to hit it even harder, and I built a career now, essentially that is unbelievable, that has been, you know, bigger than my wildest dreams. I've had to come a long way to be able to tell this, but I think it's so important to tell your story. No matter what it is, no matter how little you think it is, there might be someone out there that needs to hear it. And that's why I'm here today. I'm here to try to tell you a story, because my story is your story in some way. If you have any questions, I try to get to everybody who inquires, because essentially, without people helping me, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So go to Booker Brother on Body Space and personal message me, and I'll get back to you. For more information, more motivation, more inspiration, sign up today on Body Space on Bodybuilding.com and start making a difference today.